Greetings, normies. Welcome back to Donut Like, Donut Read. I will be John today. With me is Clemens.
Hello there.
Joaquin.
What up?
Julius.
Hey.
And Luna. She, they.
Hi.
Today... I don't know why I said that last bit, but today...
I have a cold. I'm sorry.
It's fine. We are going back to the realm of the merely the setup.
Nice.
Aren't we excited, everyone?
Every journey begins with a single step, and sometimes they stop there.
Yeah. Sometimes you write down a sentence and you're like, that's good enough.
Yeah. And we start off in the blocky world of Minecraft with My Little Baka.
I think this is, to be clear, I do not think this is about Minecraft characters. I believe that this might be, I believe that this might be a real person. I don't know.
It probably is.
It's
it's Minecraft flavored reality, I think. And you'll see why I say that in a little bit.
It's Jerome ASF fanfic, and just from the name, I know they are more popular on YouTube than we are.
So it's basically like those weirdos that made like Shane Dawson or Smosh fanfiction, like that.
Not necessarily that. I don't know. Not necessarily that.
It's by Commander Bubble Trouble.
Nice
and
name.
the description reads: We upload. We uploaded, not uploaded, uploaded. When one simple girl's life turns for the better and worse, will Jerome stay with her along the journey?
Nice, the duality of man. Life turns for the better and worse.
We haven't mentioned it yet, but it's a Jerome ASF fanfic from the title.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Marv. Chapter 1. First day went well.
Why'd you put math at the beginning?
I think that's
their math homework.
I think that's the chapter title.
Yeah, it's just weird to put a line break after that and then put chapter 1.
Yes, it is.
I thought for some reason the chapter name was First Day Went Well.
Yeah, that was also my
you would
impression.
assume.
You would assume. Huh.
I looked down at my mother one last time before being escorted off to Washington. She was buried 6 feet underground as a little 4-year-old. I didn't fully understand why she left.
Because she died.
Nah, she's going mining.
Yeah, she's in the mines.
Mine diamonds.
She's in like the big ravine underground, and she's got so many stacks of diamonds, and she'll be back any day now with like full diamond armor.
But this was before the ravine update, I believe.
They had ravines. They had ravines, and they weren't like.
No, I mean like the big cave update.
I mean, they didn't have like the caves and cliffs updates. It didn't add caves and cliffs. It just made the ones that already existed like bigger and more elaborate. There was still like ravines and stuff.
Yeah,
they just weren't as cool.
Yeah.
But now I do. I am Danny. I am now 23, 10% furry wolf, 90% human.
I can provide some context
right off the bat.
I can provide a little bit of context here with something that's like Minecraft fandom specifically that I didn't realize that early. So in Minecraft, it's very, very common to just have a character or have like different individuals. They get referred to as hybrids, based like part mob, like maybe part creeper, maybe part bee, maybe part wolf. And the fun part is sometimes YouTubers will just get assigned, you're assigned your mob kin. And sometimes it's something that's related to your brand. But then sometimes your fans will look at you and say, I diagnose you with part goat and you don't get a say in it.
Yeah, the furry draft is my favorite part of Minecraft.
Yeah. Just wake up one morning. You just wake up in the morning, they're like, hey, you have wings now. And you're like, what? And they're like, no, you have wings now. I'm only drawing you with wings. And you're like, oh, okay.
Can I be drafted as a fulf?
You don't get to decide what you're drafted as.
Oh, no.
You don't get to decide what you're drafted as.
If I was drafted as a fulf, I would be so pumped.
What you have to do is what you have to do is you have to make fulfs a really strong part of your branding, and then hope that you don't have like a funny moment with like a spider or a shulker that the fans decide to focus on regardless.
Well,
you know?
call me a communist, because it ain't me. I ain't no fortunate furry one, no.
I have wolf ears, tail, eyes, and teeth. My eyes are a bright blue. My hair is a jet black. I'm about 5'4" and I'm rather thick.
Oh damn!
I have a thyroid defect. It eats up all the fat in my midsection, which leaves my tummy thin and flexible.
So how are you thick?
Well, I mean, tummy. It's sort of like an hourglass situation, but in the sense that it's like, you know, upper and lower is like normal body proportions, and then in the middle is just sort of like a 6-inch diameter. It's horrifying.
I was the age of social media. You see a post of a girl who's the thinnest girl ever, and all the male commenters are like, "Oh yeah, I like thick girls." Because they have a warped sense of reality.
It's like,
you know what?
You're calling her thick, but she could fit under a door frame. Let's be real here.
It's reverse body dysmorphia.
But yeah, the very issue with this kind of body type is that she has to have a very perfect posture, because if she leans too far one way or the other, then, she'll just sort of like snap in half.
And I am very pale. I have moved to LA for collage.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
A
collage.
YouTuber's collage.
My
Collage
favorite
is
not
YouTubers and
collage.
memes.
No, it's not like... this is intentional. Doesn't she, as you can see from the fact that the character is 23, she is like very possibly could be in her graduate year, upperclassman, and she's art and photography, and she's moved to LA, where there's a lot of YouTubers and mutants, and is taking photos of them as part of her collage, as part of her thesis.
Is that why Clayton decided to take a year off? Because this is what community collage is like?
Yeah. He's got to take
collage
pictures
with my groins.
He's got to take pictures of everybody in the community and make them into like a collage.
Yeah, some people are 10% furry and some people are 10% groin.
Yeah, speaking of Fate, I recently rewatched like the first part, and I forgot how corny it was.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean? You think it's corny when he kills like a guy in like the first chapter?
No, it's like the part
disrespected
where he goes downstairs and then the dad was all like, "Hey, your girlfriend was on TV."
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That scene.
And then the sister was like, I hate My Little Pony. I love you, my Lord Discord.
Oh jeez.
Moving on. We're getting off track.
Today was the day I meet my roommates. I had booked a triple suite so I would get 2 roomies. I claimed the bunk bed with a desk below it so I could set up a little home office. I put up my Halo posters up as well as one FOB poster above
Fallout
my bed.
Boy. Oh boy, this is a time capsule. I need to brush off the dust.
That damn Rock Ali song is becoming more and more relevant by the minute.
My phone rang. My Gangnam Style ringtone blared across the room.
Oh, no. It was time to play Slender Man.
Oh man, I can't wait for the Slender Man movie. I hope it won't suck balls.
Outside of my dorm, all my other suite mates were putting together a Harlem Shake music video. I considered joining them.
I stored all my clothes in the little baskets under the bunk stairs and stored my boots under the desk. I set up my photography editing software and put my cameras on their stands on the desk.
See, like I said, she's a photographer.
I hung my sweaters and caps on hooks on the end of the bed and set up my mini fridge. I threw all my empty and use and Doritos in the fridge. I know it's Mountain Dews, but why not spell it out? And I
Time
was
too
all
precious
set.
to spell out the word mountain.
Why'd you put
Yeah.
Doritos
But not
in
too
the
precious
fridge?
to tell us all of this
To
shit.
keep them cold.
Is this Ron?
Why would you want to eat cold fucking Doritos?
In case the salsa's too hot.
Putting my
not
Doritos
how-
in the fridge and right that spot, that's where I'd put the cherry pie if I had any.
Oh yeah, it's all come together.
I flopped down at my desk and threw on my noise-cancelling headset.
Then I took a shit.
I scrolled for YouTube and clicked on Sky vs. Gaming's new video.
Oh, this is this is interesting. I can almost pinpoint. So I can almost pinpoint around when this was written based on the fact they mentioned Sky versus Gaming. So it had to be after he started to fall. Well, no, it had to be after they started to fall off a little bit, because that was around the time that Sky they didn't want to be as big into Minecraft, so did the Sky does Gaming thing, and also it makes this a very unrealistic character, because you're implying that someone would watch a Sky versus Gaming video, which nobody did, which is why the channel fell into disuse.
Max was dressed as an old woman and was beating the shit out of Shelby. Ha! Violence, the height of comedy.
I love when in the old Who's on First bit the police just came in and killed everyone.
I laughed as Shelby killed him with a knock to the head.
I like how the narration does not make it clear that they were playing some kind of video game. It was just, a sketch show that went horribly wrong.
I mean, remember, this is all happening inside of Minecraft.
No, if it was Sky versus Gaming, it wouldn't have been in Minecraft. It would have been
Danny is watching the video inside of Minecraft. This is a Minecraft.
Oh,
game.
yeah.
No, it's a Minecraft story, but it's not. Not all Minecraft stories will take place in Minecraft. This is taking place in the real world, and it's sort of RPF, but the characters are not sort of based off of the real life person.
I was just making a joke.
Or it is in Minecraft, and PCs are like a window to the real world.
I mean, you could do crazy thing with Redstone. I wouldn't be surprised.
I sighed as the video ended and hung my headphones up. I stood up and decided to take a nap. I threw on some plaid pajama pants and a long sleeve Halo shirt and flopped on my bed.
They made long sleeve Halo merch that wasn't hoodies?
I mean, interesting combining merch for a shirt that's merch for Halo with a pant that's apparently merch for the electronic artist Played. That's interesting.
I mean, I just kind of grab whatever and put it on when I'm going to sleep, if I'm being honest.
I ended up staring at the ceiling for a couple hours before actually going to sleep.
I don't know what y'all, but I do not go to bed before saying. But before that, this day was sponsored by Red Shadow Legends. that's how I get ready for bed. That's why he can't sleep. He didn't plug his sponsors enough.
This stream is sponsored by Ceilings.
Jeremy's POV. Mitch, hurry up! I dragged the Canadian behind me as well as our bags to our dorm room. His girlfriend, Jenny, was on my tail. Get it? Because I'm a baka?
Do they have
That's because you have
tails?
toilet. Yeah, you're an idiot. That's just toilet paper.
I think he did. He had a Chewbacca skin, but it was this whole baka species. I don't know. I was unfamiliar with the lore. I just watched Sky Does Minecraft and Ant Venom. There was lore there. I'm just unfamiliar with it.
Yeah. Anywho, we arrived at our dorm room and Jenny pushed her way in front of us. I growled and followed her in.
Can I... Aluna, do you want to take Jenny?
Okay. Mitchie, I want that bunk.
She whined. She was jumping and pointing to a bunk with a small desk under it. She wasn't even supposed to be rooming with us. She hasn't even offered to pay any rent.
What?
There were cameras and papers littered all over the desk, and clothes were hanging off the side.
Well,
Jenny.
first off, I think
I think that's just... You're just violating property then.
like if you're not like, but the thing is, isn't like rent in with tuition if it's a college dorm room?
I mean, we don't know that it's a. I mean, maybe it's a dorm, but maybe it's like a student apartment thing. There are also some called dorms because they'll be like in like the dorm style. It's just that they won't be owned by the college specifically. They'll be owned by like the company.
Oh yeah, I know now. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Jenny, that one's already taken. I snapped. She rolled her eyes and climbed up the little wooden stairs. She yanked at the tail hanging off the side, and the figure connected to it screeched in pain. Grrr! The figure shot up and pulled her tail close to her chest.
I've committed assault.
She glared at Jenny and bared her teeth. Jerome, likey.
Oh, God.
You like these.
Jenny, stop!
Mitch rolled his eyes and tucked her away from the bank, and the chick's growling stopped. I smiled and went over to her. Hey, sorry about her, she's kind of a bitch.
Whoa.
What?
She laughed.
Whoa.
Who'd have thought that a Minecraft YouTuber wouldn't exactly treat women well?
She nodded and lied back down. Well, what is it? She laughed.
Okay, can I take Danny?
Mm.
It's Danny.
I nodded. Cool, cool. I smiled and went over to take the last bunk. Danny had climbed from her bed and started messing around on RuneScape.
Hell yeah.
What an oddly specific game to mention in a Minecraft thing.
There's a connection to it. Sky the Kid RS, the RS in the username stand for RuneScape, and that's not like a bit. Like we'll say the like stands for that. Before doing Minecraft, Sky was a RuneScape YouTuber, and like a few other it would be like the early Minecraft YouTubers played RuneScape before they played Minecraft. There's a connection there.
Oh, I gotcha.
Okay, I'm just realizing this. I think Danny is the first person narrator from before. It's just confusing because the first part didn't mention what POV it was.
I mean, you can have different like internal monologue and external monologue. That's fine.
Clearly, it was Matt's POV.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Danny's POV.
Okay. Wait, should I take this now since I'm voicing her?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In my head, I was totally fangirling, or whatever you call it. The Jerome ASF is sharing a dorm with me. I couldn't believe it.
I can't believe it either. Is that allowed?
Is that legal?
I mean, is that I don't know. Like maybe I can see on the same floor, but like in the same room. Like I don't think they would allow that, especially not in 2014.
I had just finished off a Centurion guard when the chick that pulled my tail strutted up to me.
Hey you.
She snapped. I swiveled my chair to face her and raised an eyebrow. Yes?
You better not get on my bad side.
I scoffed and looked around the room. That's the insane chick who pulled my damn tail! She smirked and flipped her hair. I rolled my eyes at this.
You're just jealous.
She stated with little confidence in her voice. At least I don't have to pile makeup on my face to look decent.
Is that why you're so ugly?
I nodded. Pretty much.
I guess you finally accepted that you're an ugly bastard.
Getting off to a great start.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to say that term, but sort of giving me pick-me-girl vibes with, I'm not wearing makeup, unlike you.
Well,
You're so
I can explain
superficial.
I can explain it very well. This fic was written in 2014, 2015-ish. So, that explains the dialogue being the way that it is.
Yeah, that does make sense for
I
that
thought it was
time
published in
period.
2016.
Well, they said that it's
Never mind.
They said it was a re-upload, and they referred
that.
to Jerome ASF as a baka, which is by 2016 wasn't really something people were doing much anymore. It's a time capsule of a fic.
I cringed. That's what my father would call me.
Oh yeah, I believe that.
I mumbled. I spun my...
Everyone thought that was his name in high school. Ugly bastard. Her name in high school. Sorry.
Miss Bastards, can you come to the front of the room and do the problem?
3 people get up.
My name is Ugly!
And my name is Bassard.
I spun my chair back around and continued with my quest.
That game is stupid.
Jenny stated. Like you, I remarked.
Oh.
Semicolon. A smirk spread across my face as I said it.
Hold on. Okay, no, thanks. So bitch.
She mumbled as she walked away.
Bitch.
I know you are, but what am I? I said
what
in
is
a
this,
sing-songy
6th grade?
voice.
You're 20.
You're 23.
You're 23. Why are you behaving in this manner? I mean, the author was 15 at best. Being generous.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Yeah,
last time that response was effective was 400 BC, but now it's kinda outdated.
I mean, it's powerful as to catch someone off guard. They're not going to expect you to respond in that way, you know? It's sort of like the your mom sucks me good and hard through your jorts kind of thing.
Oh god.
It's meaningless, unexpected, and powerful.
Oh god, I just came with a comeback. It's like someone calls me something and I'm like, I'm rubber and you're glued. And it turns out I crazy glued their shirt to the wall.
I hit them with the Elmer's blast.
She scoffed and strutted into Mitch's room. I rolled my eyes and finished off another Centurion guard. I finished the quest and logged off, quickly logging onto Twitter. After that, I scrolled through Mivzan's streets and liked some here and there. He's retweeted my pictures once or twice.
What's your Twitter?
Jerome asked. Mama Wolf.
How did you get a hold of that? How did you get a hold of that username?
It's me,
Actually,
it's Big Mommy Wolf.
A big mommy wolf milkies. Actually, also this is also a time capsule for a different reason. They still call Twitter. It's X now. Okay,
I'm gonna continue calling it Twitter.
I mean, it's still Twitter, like how Meta is still Facebook.
Well, I mean, that's different, because Facebook is still called Facebook. It's just that it's part of the parent company, Meta. But, that naming is wrong, unless we're talking about Twitter, in which case it will always be Twitter to me.
But Elon Musk said it's X now.
I don't care about anything that Elon Musk says, ever.
Yeah.
Don't give a fuck about that fool, man.
Yeah, that's the pro tip.
I answered, no emotion whatsoever. He nodded, and a couple of minutes later I got a new follower. Jerome Essedi has started following you.
I think of someone who I was if someone I was obsessive, I put on some celebrity following, I'd be very anxious, because it's not even just inappropriate posts. It's more you don't need to see my 3 AM song lyrics. The people who I know in real life don't need to see me randomly tweeting out the lyrics to a song. I don't need a famous person seeing it.
Nobody wants me to retweet Ram Ranch. No one should.
Damn.
Also, insert profile pictures here.
You know what would be the perfect
Sure.
profile picture? John's profile picture.
Of course.
For a
Look at
second,
me,
I
I'm
thought
the-
that was
I'm
a
the-
POV
Also
with
mine.
the way it's formatted.
In the comments below, vote for who do you think is a better profile picture.
I laughed and continued on with scrolling through Twitter. I looked at the time in the top right-hand corner and almost fell out of my chair. Class is in like 15 minutes, I screeched.
Zoinks.
Like zoink scoop.
I've been there.
I got a toast in my mouth now.
Oh no.
I did that, except for me, it wasn't toast. It was like a green apple and like a bag full of like peanut butter crackers. Like I've had the whole. I wake up, I realize I have 30 minutes till class.
Ah,
Yeah,
Well,
for
still,
me,
it's
I
better
would
than
just
the
be like,
toast
oh
thing.
shit, class is in 15 minutes. I didn't finish my lunch, and I got a whole ass burger in my mouth while I'm running to class.
I got ready as quick as I could and ran out of the door. I darted past many students on their way to class and eventually made it to the room. I sat down in the front row and waited for the class to start. With my luck, Jenny sat on my left and Jerome sat on my right. Perfect damn combo! I kept sneaking glances at Jerome throughout the class.
Miss Valdesen, who was the 37th president?
I
Oh
don't
no,
know, man.
stuck door the teacher.
Yeah, why not?
I know the
Is it-
37th president. My head snapped away from Jerome and to the teacher. Richard Nixon, sir.
Yeah,
His
see,
eyes-
Richard Nixon was some 37 different individuals in a trench coat.
Yeah.
All of them
it
hated
was
weed.
it was the ultimate case of children stacking on top of each other.
Yeah, it was just kind of,
That's what-
information.
That's what Watergate was really about. They didn't. The people that call themselves Richard Nixon didn't want anyone to find out they were kids.
Yeah, so they did wiretapping at the Gatewater Hotel because that's where they were buying They were stealing trench coats from the supply closet at Gatewater in order to sort of hide their identity. That was the big scandal.
His eyes widened for a split second and he smiled. And then
Why is
everyone
he
clapped.
Why is he surprised? They are in LA, and Richard Nixon is a bit infamous because of the whole affair. So why is he surprised that an American girl knows the 37th president?
No, I'd say I know who Richard Nixon is, but if you ask me off the top of my head, hey, who's the 37th president, I might get in the range, but I might not get the right guy on the first try. I know who he is, just may not remember what number he was.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I would have guessed 38th, honestly.
Joe Biden is 46th president. Let's make Connor of the SDC 47th president with a campaign Synthetic 47 for 47.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And then he comes in like, this is his announcement video, ladies and gentlemen. He's gonna run for the office.
Technically, he's the 36th president because there's one guy I think he's counted as both the 24th and the 25th because he had his term and then someone else was president and then he had another term, and because they were two separate, it's like, yeah, he counts for both of these.
And you're not even in civics.
I shrugged and looked down at my desk. It was true. This is film class and his question was completely off topic. Then why did he do it?
Well, see, they're learning about recording. They're learning about sort of recording and broadcasting, and, they're going to do a brief unit on wiretapping.
Yeah, alright. I saw him smirking at me and I quickly averted my eyes to the desk. I heard snide remarks and chuckles from the rest of the students. I tried to ignore them, but I couldn't. Wait, what kind of remarks? Haha, she does know stuff.
Hey, look at that idiot. She knows whichever Richard Nixon was. Look at that
She plays
nerd.
I don't
Riffing's
even know
game.
who that Richard guy was. It's stupid.
Haha, she's a 10% wolf.
She's not even a full-time wolf yet. Not even a full-time furry. Like always, I was stuck in a deep, dark pit of never-ending bullying and judgment.
Hey, buddy, you are 23. Like, not saying a person can't be bullied into like
she's
an older, but like,
23. This really made me forget that she was, because this
Like, I'm
went so
not
much like
saying-
middle school drama.
like, I'm not saying that, like, if you're 23 and still being bullied by your peers or whatever, you're a loser or whatever, but, like, if you are 23 and people are making fun of you for knowing who Richard Nixon is, like, you aren't the problem there, you know?
Yeah, maybe this is the same universe as like the real Jeff the Killer. You remember that?
Oh my
from
God.
The SDC?
Oh yeah, he did he like? I think he actually like tripped or something, or
Yeah.
Was it
And he
that-
was bullied for it, and he was like over 20,
He's
And he
coming
was
to
like-
Jeff to kill you.
and he was like, "Yeah, those people bullying me are bad for having like having had a horrific injury, but you know who's worse? The fucking virtue signalers."
hell yeah.
Yet I couldn't stop stealing glances at Jerome when I looked at him. All but one emotion washed away. An emotion I knew too well. It was the emotion that was yanked from me when I realized my mother was never coming back. When I found out my boyfriend at the time cheated on me. Wait, I thought you were 4 when she died. What?
Yeah,
I mean,
you
she got
already-
really
at
long.
the time your boyfriend... Or you mean
Well, she
your
got-
boyfriend
she-
at the time you were cheated on by your boyfriend, but that's kind of redundant.
I mean, Mother wasn't coming back. Like, she got really, really deep. She found diamonds, and then, she found diamonds, and then she went to the Nether, and, then she got glowstone, and then she went to the Aether, and currently she's in, like, the Twilight Forest. She's just never coming back. She's busily exploring all the different dimensions this beautiful world has to offer.
That next line is gonna reveal something. When my father left me to die in the middle of the plains biome, which means
Go!
we have been in Minecraft this whole time. This
He
really
dropped
is
her-
the Minecraft world. This
He
is
dropped her off in
LA in the Minecraft world. Yeah, Kansas. Kansas is the plains biome.
He left me to die in the steppe of Wichita. He didn't give me anything but 2 blocks, a quarter stack of bread, and a stone sword. I had to fend for myself.
That feeling, it was love.
Baby, don't hurt me no more.
And maybe in a different universe this story would have gone somewhere. But this is not that universe.
Well, this story has one review by Javi. It just says the best.
The best.
The
In
best.
Javi's-
The best.
in
of
Javi's-
you.
In Javi's defense, this review was posted in the height of the pandemic, so this could be, a quarantine brain rot.
Oh, fair enough.
Probably is.
Well, that story took up a lot of time.
Sorry to keep y'all waiting.
Yeah, so next we got something that I found while scrolling through the Elfin Lead section. Craig Stevens, the male Diclonius.
What's a Diclonius? Do I need to know?
Have you seen Elfin Lead?
No.
Shoot, this is gonna take some explaining.
Okay, the Diclonius are okay, so they're
On screen.
mutation of humans, and they have horns on their heads, and they have invisible arms coming out of their backs called vectors, and they use it to kill people.
Oh, cool. Okay.
All the girls have pink hair and red eyes,
And they have
but the
nothing
guys
to
can't do.
They have nothing to do with elves or songs.
Yeah,
I'm still
well,
kind of
the
salty
original
about
anime
that.
also doesn't have anything to do with that, but it has nothing to do with the anime also, because this is like pretty much an OC story. So, unlike Elfen Lied, which the anime and manga takes place in Japan. This story takes place in Dallas, Texas.
I mean, Soul Eater takes place in Nevada, so, it can happen.
Okay, so this is by Sheikah Storm. Craig is the only male Diclonius in the city of Dallas, or is he? He's pretty much the protector of the city from the Wild Ones.
What the? The Wild Ones? That's a stupid name.
You've clearly never been to Dallas.
Shit.
I'm sorry, but what
Yeah, so you know about the Wild Ones.
No, I'm sorry, but when I hear the Wild Ones, I think of the one episode of SpongeBob where, like, SpongeBob thinks a bunch of bikers called the Wild Ones will show up, but then it's revealed that they're all old men and women calling them the Mild Ones, but he just had the bit of their jacket upside down.
I think of the Wild Things, of where the Wild Things are famed.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but they're on motorcycles and they hit the power grid with rocks.
That and I think of that and a certain German junior football team. But that's another story.
Okay. Also, I love that the name, there's no colon, colon in the title, so it's just Craig Stevens, the male Diclonius. Craig Stevens, the male Diclonius, Chapter 1, Whitehorn's Apartment, number 84. Disclaimer. I am not the owner of the original concept of a Diclonius, but pretty much everything else is from my mind.
This man manifested the city of Dallas, Texas with thought.
You're reading it, that gave me chills. This is the most pretentious I don't own this ever.
Yeah.
I was trying to read it like that guy Ryan from BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Yep, you got it, I think.
Sunrise. In one of the rooms at the Whitehorn's apartment number 84, there laid a blue-haired, average-sized Mexican male with white horns on his head. He's literally me. He had probably been asleep for a little over 10 hours because he had such a long day at work yesterday. His name is Craig Stevens, age 28.
I was gonna
That's
say,
his full name.
He's the size of the average Mexican male.
He's actually so average.
Mexican.
It's very scary. He's actually so average that, like, when he gets taller, every other Mexican male also gets sort of taller in order to maintain sort of average.
It's like in Komi-san Can't Communicate. Statistically, he's the most average Mexican person on the planet.
Yeah.
If he's average size, Mexican, then he's probably like 5'3". Yeah, Mexican people are pretty short. Okay. But Craig isn't the only Diclonius in the Whitehorn's apartment complex. In fact, in just about every one of the apartments, there was at least one Diclonius. However,
you'd kind of expect when the place is called Whitehorn's apartment complex.
Yeah. I find it crazy, like, in Elfen Lied, there is only Diclonius in, like, one city in Japan.
Yeah.
I guess now they're international.
You know how, like, cowboys and samurai have, like, the theming behind cowboy movies is very similar to a lot of the theming behind samurai movies? It's similar, you know?
On a very related note, watch The Buffalo Boys. It's like very cool. Like, it's a fusion of those two things. It's half samurai movie, half cowboy movie flick. It's great.
There's some dialogue, by the way, coming up, and whoever's voicing, I need you guys to give some great voices. Because there's some great lines.
Okay, I got this. I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it before voice comes up.
However, he was the only male and of age. Never in his days in Dallas did he see another male Diclonius besides him.
Okay.
Just then, there was a knock on the door.
Craig, you'll never guess what I snagged.
Go away. Tell me when I'm ready.
You're ready now. Get it? Get it? Never mind. You lazy ass! Get up! I have something important!
Fine.
Craig finally got out of bed and went to his door. When he opened it, there stood a man with light brown hair who was about 1 foot taller than Craig and looked built. It was Michael Jameson, Craig's best friend since elementary. I don't know what it is, just the name Michael Jameson is, like, funny.
It's such a good
I'm
name.
sorry. The last name is like the same name as fucking James Jonah Jameson from Spider-Man. So
It's a
from now
common
on,
last name.
I'm just imagining him as right now.
I mean,
that's just
I mean, Michael Jameson kind of sounds like it would be like off-brand Michael Jackson. Because
Yeah,
you know,
we
the
have
whole
Michael Jackson at
name,
home.
son theme.
Gotcha. And guess what I got tickets to?
My Chemical Romance.
Nope. Megadeth.
I hope you
I
want My
wish-
Chemical Romance.
I wish I could mega die.
Yeah, also, yeah. Just then, the A door right next to Craig's swung open, and out of it came a very sexy-looking brunette with a nice bust and size. And even she was just a little taller than Craig. Chelsea Weinberger, also Craig's best friend since elementary.
Great name.
Okay, when I read the A door, I expected the A shirt guy to come out.
Yeah.
From Where Are the Chipmunks?
There better be free tickets.
Said Chelsea.
Don't worry, Chels.
How did you get those? And how did you find my house? And I didn't
Ask
give you my
Craig.
address.
Well, they've been
I have
friends since
ways.
elementary, so.
Yeah.
I just asked someone to direct me to the only male Diclonius in the city. They brought me here.
I need to get my Spiro prescription refilled.
It's easy when you're their bodyguard for their show.
Bragged Michael.
Well, that better come with backstage passes.
Said Chelsea.
Unfortunately, no.
Both Craig and Chelsea groaned.
The concert is tonight.
Tonight? Oh, I can't go. I've got to deliver a report.
Said Craig sadly.
Sadly. Wow, sucks to be you, man.
Yes, it does.
There was a knock on the apartment door. Craig, using his vectors, opened the door. It was Crystal, a black female with long black hair, not too big of a bust, and wit horns. She was also a rare type of Diclonius because she can reproduce. And by the way, yes, Craig can too. Oh, okay, so a little bit of context. In Elfin Lied, there are, like, Diclonius that can reproduce and some can't. Just so you know.
Okay.
I guess that's why they pointed that out.
Mm.
Age 16.
That sentence
Beep,
just got
beep,
worse
beep.
and worse the longer it went on.
I forgot, how old is... Oh, yeah, Craig Stevens is 28.
Yeah.
That was the demonetization alarm. We know.
Oh, dude, we've been
We're not
demonetized a long time
monetized.
ago.
We're not y'all are getting ad revenue?
I mean, look, guys, they didn't do anything yet. Maybe they're just friends, you know?
Hey Craig, my mom wants to know if it was safe to go by the shortcut so I can get to Latisha's house faster.
Okay, there is no fucking way that this author knows an actual black person, because that is the most stereotypical black name I've ever heard in my entire life.
I know people with that name.
Well, fuck me then.
It's like it's still like stereotypical, but like I do know like people with like similar name to that, like cousins,
Like
people who went to school with me.
Like Lashana from Total Drama.
That name's not out of the realm of possibility for a person to have, especially around that time.
It's just that when it's that exaggerated. It screams like, oh, I can't think of any other names for a black person.
I mean, yeah, if it's like the only black character you have, and like that's what their name is, that's one thing. But like I knew people.
What's worse is that the 16-year-old has a stripper's name.
No, yeah. I knew Crystal. Like, I don't want to name my kid Crystal because that's too basic. So I'm going to replace the C with a K. I also saw a lot of that.
Oh, fuck. I'm learning today.
She's got a sister named Diamond, but Diamond is spelled with a Y instead of an I.
Okay, no, that has to be a stripper's name.
No, that's a name.
Does she have diamond armor also?
No, that was the name of one of my classmates.
Oh.
Name is Crystal, like the champagne.
I'm learning about the world today, folks.
I have to go with you. I have to go with you. You know, that's the spot where most of the wildwoods have been appearing lately, and it's very dangerous. They have the killer instinct.
Craig is referring to our Diclonius who are docile. Dallas is known for raising docile Dicloni. Other cities are still not sure if they should try to adopt this program.
Oh, so that's why all the Diclonius and Elfin leader psychotic. They're not docile. Suddenly the whole show makes sense now.
Yeah, that's what they mean by the wild ones.
Oh, fuck.
Dallas used to be, like any other city, resentful of Dicloni. They feared them and tried everything they could to keep them out of their city. In fact, in the nearby city of Arlen, there was a Diclonius extermination facility. That was until the mayor of Dallas had a son who was a Diclonius. That son was Craig. The mayor was also...
Bold of this author to assume that the government, the governors of Texas, care what the mayor of Dallas has to say about anything.
The mayor was also curious because it was very rare to see a male Diclonius. That's when he...
Was his dad, by the way? His dad was very curious about his own son.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, even in the original series, there was only like one male Diclonius, so they are very rare. That's when he urged the city to give it a chance to train his son into society. And if this worked, then the same could be done about the other Dicloni born in Dallas.
So is it just like a rare gene that pops up, or is it just like a supernatural like mutation? Like or is it like an X-Men situation? Like what's like the
Well, from what I remember from the show, it's that like there are the vectors, the invisible arms, they infect males, so that when they reproduce.
Well, to be honest.
Well, yeah, but the idea is they infect people so that their children are biologically Dicloni.
Yeah, that's how they try to take over the world.
I remember from the show a guy named Craig holding a speech in Texas and just saying, "We live in a society."
That was the secret season 2 Elfin Lead.
This is how you get the Mexican Joker.
Oh God. Senor, we live in a society. Needless to say, the experiment was a success, with sending Craig to a public school and meeting his 2 best friends ever.
Craig, don't forget your medication,
said Chelsea.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I almost did. Thanks, Chels.
What medication, you ask? Along with the vector virus, Craig was also a Schizo having hallucinations from the 1st grade up to the 7th grade when his father finally said, "Okay, this boy needs pills." The hallucinations? Wait for the next chapter and I'll tell you.
I'm so excited.
I want, when it says that, I want you to sort of like maybe hover on when the fact that it says this was published September 7th, 2007. There are the possibility that someone could be listening to this reading of this fic who hasn't been born yet. And if you weren't already born in September 7th, 2007, do not tell me. As far as I'm concerned, you are a toddler, and the information that you are a fully fledged teenager will make me cough up dust and return to the grave.
Oh no, the Pharaoh's curse.
Wait, return to the grave?
We were watching Captain Marvel, and my little brother turned to me and asked me what Blockbuster was. Worst experience of my life.
Come on, Craig.
Okay.
Before Craig left the apartment, his eye caught a picture of him and a blonde girl next to each other as if they were boyfriend and girlfriend. Damn the accident, Craig said in his mind. Who is this blonde girl? Next chapter, baby.
So,
I can't wait.
Not next
so
chapter,
here's
baby.
the thing. I think you should notice. I think a very important thing. I think something tragic happened to the author. Because if you'll notice, they promised the next chapter, but they didn't even close the parentheses.
Yeah.
I think they got taken out.
Taken out by the male Diclonius.
So, from Fighting Pacifists, pretty good story. October 22nd, 2007.
God damn, 2 of these were posted on my birthday. 2 October 22nd reviews.
Continue soon. Chapter 1 from December 4th, 2007. So they were still from Help. From Mindless Gonzo, Saving Mr. Reed Letter. Mindless Gonzo, I hope you hurry up and get to it soon, because soon you won't be able to catch up with the story's breakneck pace.
I can't wait for the next chapter where the author will tell me about the bust size of a blonde girl.
Any day now, ladies and gentlemen. Any day now.
I also can't wait to find out what the medication was.
Lithium?
But the real question is, he was a schizo, but was he also a piscopath?
Awesome question. No idea.
Schizo the Shifter, perhaps?
A pisco the Shifter?
Yeah, can't wait for that next chapter, baby.
Yeah, any day now.
Too bad it won't happen, because it was never updated.
Yeah. If there was a continuation, it would not be on merely the setup.
Yeah. Alright, well that was Craig Stevens, The Male Diclonius. Great title, great names for the characters also. So moving on.
So this next fic, it's called Strange Coincidences by X Pure Wolf XX, Wolf with a 0. Oddly enough, the account was made in 2016, which you wouldn't know from the fact that the username is XX Pure Wolf XXX. Caption, it says, Melina is suspicious when strange occurrences happen all at once, and who else would be behind it? Yeah, I watched some new episode of Wicked World, and apparently they gave Yzma a son, so I did a bunch of research on the movie and finalized my character Nesma, daughter. I'll explain it later. Peace out.
Also an Emperor's New Groove fanfic.
Daughter.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed from that description.
Daughter, and the masters of the multiverse.
So, I'm going to read the content of the story. It's a little bit long and complicated, so I'll be brief. This is my first Disney fanfic. I hope you enjoy. It's about my fandom, about Ilona, who is a princess from France. And,
beautiful.
Yeah, and the story moved to France, so there's no continuation.
This story is a bit like jazz, in the sense that it's about the words they don't type.
Great reviews, by the way. Nika VS says, hello, where's the fanfic? XD.
And Tactician Lyra says, posting this one-sentence chapter is against the site rules, right?
Yeah, well...
I mean, they're not wrong.
What is it? Just like people in a mob. What's a mob to a king? What's a king to a god? What's a god to XX Pure Wolf XX?
Like, what is Lyra gonna do? Contact Critics United?
Yeah, you gotta get desirable. Well, like,
fuck Critics United. All my homies hate Critics United.
You're gonna get him desirable as Plover. So, fun fact: if it weren't for getting bullied by, if it weren't for me getting bullied by Critics United when I was like 12, my online presence everywhere would have been Ariel Monroe. Equally, not my name. But that was the name that I was using, and then I changed my username because I was getting, like, bullied by Critics United for writing, like, the crime of writing, like, a character interview fic in a chat format at the age of 11. Wow. So now I'm Luna and Moon everywhere, and I've been that way, and I'm going to remain that way. But yeah, slightly different timeline.
What a great crime.
Slightly different timeline, you'd know me as Ariel, and not, Luna.
Do you want to be where the people are?
No.
That was a bad joke, I'm sorry. Anyways, we are now at Fiction Press with, yep.
This was from the Legacy sheet?
It's a commentary on the movie Nope, which came out many, many years later. By Zero Robot. 60 Robot to be specific. Yeah. And there's no what's the word I'm looking for?
There is a description that says my memoirs.
Oh, there is. Oh, silly me. Okay, so here we go. We're starting off. My mother is in labor. That started out quick. With each labor pain passing through her body, she screams, "Tommy! Tommy! Tommy!" I was finally born. Of course, I don't remember this day. You can tell because I'm remembering it perfectly.
So when someone gives birth, does anyone scream out their baby's name as they're coming out?
I mean,
this is not the baby's name, but you'll see.
Shit.
However, it was a rememberable moment, by all accounts, or my word, remoment. Remoment. Re-mo-ment. Noun. A very brief period of time which can only be recalled exclusively by relatives.
Okay. Cheeky offer.
This is what we call the trading wheels to Assassin's Creed.
Found Walter Mörs again.
Okay, here we go. So my aunt, my father, and other people were present. But this story which I am writing is from my Aunt D's perspective for some reason. I am not saying that Auntie is reliable in recanting stories, but she is the only one willing to tell the store.
Why are you selling your memoirs at the store?
Ma'am, this is 7-Eleven.
To hear this. Don't abuse minimum wage workers.
Stop retelling your memoirs in Walmart, man.
Here's a question. He's actually doing them a kindness because it's during Christmas time, and every second they're hearing him tell his memoirs. Second, they're not listening to Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You."
Why? Because it isn't her life, and she loves to gossip about other family member, especially if you're a fan about her sister. Wow, it sounds like a catty, like very catty. Right, back to my birthday moment.
Dude, get ready for this.
So my mother is pushing me out with bursts of screams, calling out the name Tommy. I was clean and hung upside down for a traditional slap on my buttocks.
Sure.
I did not cry. I did not cry. I did not moan. I simply smacked my mother twice and went back to sleep. Even as a newborn, I developed 2 social skills. I could read the room and emotionally shut down to avoid tension.
Very good skills.
I was not informed what happened next, although I could imagine. You see, my father's name is John. My father watched me being born with his wife screaming another man's name. My birth tainted because my mother lacked control over her own words. What the fuck is happening here?
A good question.
That birth must have been the talk of their station for weeks. My parents divorced 3 months later, quietly and with little fuss.
I mean, yeah, that would have been the nurses, but there would have been the talk, for weeks, because what kind of baby, as soon as they're out of the womb, develops 2 social skills?
Yeah.
I was born 5 pounds. A 5-pound bag of sugar with limbs.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, they ran out of, for the first 3 weeks of her life, they could just, I could measure out her blood for, a cake or something. Labor was minutes long, with the last effect on everyone in that birthing room.
Oh, this woman got I'm so happy she got divorced. This woman got, a minutes long. This woman's labor was only, a minutes long. She used up all of her karma. She doesn't need a marriage anymore. Like that. Minutes long? Are you insane? That's labor is normally hours, possibly days for this person.
If I may quote the weird Sonic Zombie video series, this is how childbirth actually is. It's painless and easy.
Speedrun strats. Got the little timer in the right corner. Lean just right so the baby just kind of clips out.
Even as a newborn, I was on the top leaderboards lists.
You see, I figured out if I could just if I could glitch my way out, I could just shoot through my mom's stomach.
The son of Todd Howard.
Yeah, I did the speed run my own son's birth at GDQ.
They do the little ultrasound, but they're like
I was also speedrunning Zelda while birthing my son.
What if a wife was just shouting out the name of a top donator of GDQ?
No, it's RNG manipulation.
I pushed the baby out, and then a guy in a green hoodie did some jumping jacks in front of me. It was kind of weird, actually.
And he gave my son the Majora's Mask.
Yeah. It clipped out of his hands and through the ground.
Okay, let's finish this.
Yeah.
It was my beginning. My parents' ending. My aunt's story. And that's it. Her aunt's nothing remarkable happened beyond this point.
I think the title of the story perfectly sums up what I think about this story. Yep.
Yep. That just happened.
And now it's time for an Arthur highlight.
Sort of.
Presenting.
Let us end this with a story called "In the Future?" by Simba Streams. Read and review, please. As a young adult lying with his mother's fur and eyes, the man he had gotten from his father, but his parents never found him, would he never be with his parents? No space. He, Prince, said to his offspring. The young cub sighed and tried to make a straight face for his father, but nothing never really cheered him up after the cub's mother's death.
That's quite a description.
Yeah, that was the description.
I have a theory that this person is so sexist they don't believe in using periods.
Oh. Alright.
That was bad. Moving on.
Hello everyone, I'm Amber. This is my first fanfic story, so bear with me. I'm still getting used to this. Smiley face. Please like and review the chapter. Plus, if I don't make another chapter soon, it's because I go to school, 3. Also, I don't own Lion King, Disney does, of course.
They've handcuffed her to the radiator in Miss Dyer's math classroom.
Weird disclaimer in this Tangled fanfic.
Oh yeah, this is a Tangled fanfic. Apparently.
But they're talking about cubs?
I didn't know Tangled, but I don't remember Tangled being about lions, but maybe I'm just misremembering.
Must have been in the cartoon.
Yeah, probably. I didn't watch that. I only watched
Side note, the cartoon was actually very good. I think everybody should watch it. It was very good.
That. As young lost prince began his journey, he had lost his family from a dark widow who was cruel enough to take his life away. Who would do such a thing? Space question mark? Zira, of course.
I need a Zira copy.
Zira.
Bro, what has the Xerophel done now?
She was the Dark Queen of the Dark King who once ruled the dried, cold, dark Pride Lands. But the thanking to the young princess, father the king who now ruled long with his beloved queen. The Pride Lands grew green after the prince was...
Pridlands.
The Pridlands grew green after the prince was born. The animals returned for they are future king. Peace lived again. Until not long after the princess's birth. The Dark Queen Zira
Bum bum bum.
let all of her anger on the young Kapoom. Was surprised to survive. And sadly, the cub had to make the opposite direction from his family and ran towards the nearest escape and crashed into the raging river. Under the river, the prince saw Zira go on thinking he was dead. She smiled. As the prince began to feel the rocks hit his muscles.
It was a full body massage with rocks.
And then the prince spotted a branch above, and he struggled to get onto the rock, but he managed. And he slipped and he took a mighty leap, and hanged over the river blood, dripping. And he tried to climb, and soon he got to flat land and he fell. And his chin hit first and he was asleep. Until he happened to hear a soft voice. Who was this? As he got up. Hoped you liked it. Want more? Space question mark? Give me your ideas, smiley face.
No,
I
they're
just
my
want
ideas. I've earned them.
Bless Rosa Bly's heart. She says, "Hi, Amber. It appears you got the wrong category. This is for Tangled stories. You might want to move it."
Yeah, might,
Oh,
but
bless.
didn't do. Alright, since this was kind of short, why don't we do another story by the same author? Luckily, we have another one called... We have another one called A Prince's Return.
Huh?
Ooh, okay. I see.
We just did this one though.
No, we didn't. This one's a Tangled story.
No. This one's also a Tangled story. The last one was in the future, and this is A Prince's Return. So,
yeah, this one's a Tangled story. It's by Simba's Dreams. I'll read this one. The caption says, "As the months went by, as the prince's appearance began to fade away."
No. This is disappearance.
Disappearance began to fade away. The king and queen began to move on, not forgetting their son's willing fate. They had to go on without their cubs loving and caring to the princess. It made them very upset to think of the prince so far. On that day of mourning, the prince's name was forbidding to be spoken by anyone in the Pride Lands.
Take it away.
Hello, I'm Amber. This is my first fanfic story, so bear with me. I'm still getting
Your
used to
first
this.
one? What?
Yeah, please like and review. Plus, if
But I
I
thought
don't make
the other
another
one was your
chapters
first.
soon, it's because I go to school, 3. Also, I don't own Lion King. Disney, of course, does.
I thought this was supposed to
I
be a
mean,
Tangled
this-
fanfic.
As a young
This
lost
is
prince
familiar,
began his
but-
journey, he had
This
lost
was
his
familiar,
family
but,
from a dark
I mean-
widow. No, this is completely new. He had lost his
Hold
family
on.
from a dark widow who was cruel enough to take his life away. Who would do
Hold
such
on.
a thing?
Wait a second.
Zero,
Wait a second.
of
I
course.
think I've discovered a temporal anomaly. There's
You
a third
haven't.
fanfiction
You
here.
haven't. Stop.
There's a third one here.
Stop. Hey, stop. She was the Dark Queen of the Dark Plain who once ruled the dried, cold, dark Proplands. But thanking to the young prince's father, the king who now ruled with his beloved queen, the Pride Lands grew green after the prince was born. The animals returned, for they are future king. Peace lived again until not long after the prince's birth. The Dark Queen Zira let all of her anger on the young cub, who was surprised to survive. But sadly, the cub had to make the opposite direction from his family and ran towards the nearest escape and crashed into the raging river. Under the river, the prince saw Zira go on thinking he was dead. She smiled, and the prince began to feel the rock hit his muscles, and the prince spotted a branch above and he struggled to get onto the rock, but he managed, and he slipped and took a mighty leap and hang. You're not! Stop asking questions! And he slipped and took a mighty leap and hanged over the river, blood dripping. And he tried to climb, and soon he got to flat land and he fell. His chin hit first, and he was asleep until he upon to hear a soft voice. Who was this? And he got up. So let's look at the reviews. And the reviews from Amber. This is a cool story. I agree, Amber. Very based. Oh, it seems they have one more story.
Wait,
I loved
guys,
reading in the future.
Haven't we covered a story that was kind of like this in the past? Like it also had, like the boy. It also had the evil Queen Zira, and it had someone hitting someone's muscles with rocks and crashing into the river.
Julius, I don't
Might have
recall
been
such a thing.
Yeah, might have been a different recording. Maybe I'm misremembering something.
I don't
hang
recall
on.
such a thing, and frankly, I think that if you are recalling something like that, I think you should stop recalling it. You know, you
I think
wouldn't
you're
know what would
turning
happen.
to. I think Julius. I think you're turning into a schizo.
Yeah, I think Luna is like losing in touch with reality. Let's test this.
No, I think you're the one who's losing touch with reality, actually. I'm perfectly
Which one
in
is the
sync with
schizo
reality.
needs to take their
And if
medication?
you want to remain being in sync with reality, you will stop pushing the issue.
No, this issue is being pushed. I'm gonna read in the future.
Anyway, guys, on to the next story, which is called A Prince's Return by Simba Streams. And this is a Tangled and Frozen crossover.
Can I read this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or actually, does Stannis want to read this one?
Yeah. The description reads, as a young prince began his journey, he looked back and sighed his life was over. Thanks to the evil, dark-souled widow of Scar, who once ruled the Pride Lands that were dark, cold, unhealthy, most of the lioness seemed to not want to talk about it, which bothered his father, the king, who wanted to know more. To the prince's story, his life was broken. His sister would never know.
So I've got an issue with this. Since when did Scar have a wife? I'm sorry that guy. I don't think he's like into lionesses, to be honest.
I mean, you know, Jesus beard.
Be prepared for sensational
So,
news.
description is different,
No straight man can say
even
that.
though it's the same title as the other story.
It's
There's also a
good-
Tangled Frozen crossover.
It's a completely different story. Now let's read. I'm very curious about where this is going. The authors created two
No,
very
no,
unique
no,
works.
No, I'm done with this bit. I'm done with this bit.
Hey John, I need you to I was started to say it too, but like every time you keep mentioning it, I keep seeing from out my window there's this red light that's focused on my forehead, so I'm going to need you to stop. Please. John, they're different stories, okay? They're different. They're different stories.
What are you talking?
Please, John, they're different.
I see. Nope. You're right. There's totally not a red light train on me as well. Everything is fine.
Please, John, they're different stories.
Yes, I agree now.
This is an automated message of a time-space continuum. The reading of the story was lost because it would cause a disaster, so we skipped to the reviews. So there's one review for the story.
Okay, guys, I think they're gone.
Sounds really good. Keep it up.
I agree. I need more stories like this. In fact, I want this author to write 3 more stories that have different descriptions but are otherwise exactly the same. And none of them are marked as Lion King fanfics, but they're all like
I think we just
discovered X Frozen, X Tangled, Rise of the Brave
All
Guardians,
jokes aside,
whatever.
all jokes aside, I wonder, like stepping out of the bit for a second. I will be stepping back in for a moment. I'm wondering how, like, I know how this happened, but I also don't know how the person wouldn't notice. Because, like, the way fanfiction.net works is it's not like archives of our own where you put in the chapter into little wing and then you post it. The way it works is that you post, like, you type up or copy paste or, like, upload whatever your chapter is to the document manager. And then when you're adding a story or creating a new fic, it'll be like, okay, what document do you want to use for this chapter? And then you sort of, like, tap the document you want for this chapter. And so what appears to have happened is that the author posted the same, put the same document for all 3 of these, but I can't imagine why they would have done that. My best sort of guess is that maybe at some point this author had, like, 3... Maybe this author had... So my sort of, like, theory about what might have happened is that the author noticed typos in all 3 of the different stories. But by the time that and maybe they named their document, their, like, chapter document, something generic, like Fic 1, Fic Chapter 1, something like that. And when they went to fix a typo or whatever, they accidentally posted the wrong document. Like, they accidentally, like, posted, like, Fic 1 or whatever. And they tried to delete the fic that chapter thing came from. Well, no, because that wouldn't explain the description. I know what they did to do this, but I don't know why. And I don't see how it could have been done by accident. Like,
is this? Do we find an NSCP? I feel like this is what this is.
I don't know, but stepping back into the bit, I was out of the bit for too long, and I can hear. You can't hear it over the mic because I have a very good mic, but I'm hearing loud footsteps coming closer and closer towards my dorm room.
Oh, that'll be a mobile task force. I would know. They're in the room right now.
Yeah, that's cool. That's great. So, that's fine.
Well, we're gonna be. Well, Luna and I are being sent off to the foundation. Why don't y'all send us off?
No, I mean, I'm not. I've got, like, a punch card, so I'm good. But I didn't want to have to punch it so soon.
Wait, what?
You're doomed, though, John. I tried to warn you because I knew that you didn't have a punch card. I tried to tell you to, admit that they were all, the same story, and, like, you didn't heed my warning, and so, well, now you're gonna have to pay the consequences for your hubris. No! Don't worry, guys.
Darling.
Don't worry, guys. Rouge has been growing an identical clone of John in a vat for the past 6 months, so don't worry. While the old John was being re-educated, we have the true John here, who's going to be assumed to be the true John, unless you would wish to join John, recording audio as usual.
What? Who is this? Who am I? Who are you?
It's weird because I've seen this clone of John before. Yeah, it's weird because I've seen this clone of John before, but like he has slightly a different appearance. His hair is light blue and he has red eyes.
Oh yeah, we were having a little bit of fun with the GTs and the ACs.
Finally, Jonathan.
All I can say to all this stuff happening is, yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pretend I know what's going on here.
Yeah. Just listen back to the recordings and you'll assume John's personality soon enough.
If you want to say yep to us in Discord, there's a link for that in the description. Also, we have a Tumblr link there and a request form where you can request stories or movies for us to riff.
Don't contact any of the authors.
Don't contact the authors. Don't say anything to any of the authors. Don't interact with any of the authors. Like, don't do it. It's not cool. It's not funny. We're not going to think that you're cool or funny. You won't even get, like, an angry rant in a video so that you know you got a little bit of clout out of us. What's going to happen is we are going to talk about you behind your back, but never in, like, a Discord server which getting clout out of it. And if we figure out that it was you, you will just be sort of silently removed from the Discord server without any fanfare, any explanation, any of that. Just don't. We don't want you to do that. We're trying to have fun here, not, like, harass people. And if you harass people, then we'll be very, very upset with you because we don't want that.
Okay. I think they get it. I think, what is this? What are we doing again?
This is so the John Prime was a part of a YouTube channel called Donut Like Donut Read. We are a sequel to the late great Steel Donut Collective. After all 5 of them got onto that dirigible at the same time, so we read.
The fuck's a donut?
All right, peace out, everybody.
Yeah, bye.
Bye, and remember.
And I guess there's.
We remember if you do not like it, don't read it. Make us do it instead. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Hello, everyone.